Hello YouTube, we're back with another video here. Today we're talking about the top 5 mistakes that low to mid-level players make. Maybe even some high-level players make these mistakes. I've been coaching a little bit on my stream. You see some of the VODs on my YouTube channel. I've been talking to people. I actually did 2 off-stream, people that wanted me to watch their VODs and just send them a write-up. And I've noticed a lot of common mistakes. So let's check them out. Boom! Overcommitting, sorry. When you're juggling or you're in advantage. Now, when you go from an advantageous position, like you have someone above you, you have someone at the ledge, and you then get like clipped, and now you're off stage or they're above you. This is like one of the worst swings in tempo. I use the word tempo here, kind of momentum that you can have in a game of Smash, right? You're going from the honestly best position possible in that you have a bunch of options and your opponent has very little. And then you're swapping it because you overcommitted, right? You went too hard, you pushed your advantage. It's better to keep advantage state and do 0 damage than to do 10 damage and get hit out of advantage state. Right, so here's an example of Tweaks Wolf. Mute real quick. So as we're gonna see, it's very small here. So what happened here? What happened? Let's check. He hits this dash attack, right? Very good. Now, Wolf's dash attack puts you in a kind of tech chase situation where a lot of low-level players, they might just assume your opponent misses a tech, they run up to do a second dash attack or a down smash, opponent techs, grabs them, throws them off stage, right? What does Tweak do here? You know, nothing, he waits. He holds it, he has the whole back to the entire stage to his back, sorry, which means he has a lot of room to play with. He knows that Leo's in a bad spot, he's gonna wanna jump in or roll in, so he starts covering it. Takes his time, gets another grab, right? It's more damage, holding your advantageous position for longer. Don't overcommit. Don't go for the dash attack here. Don't double jump to try to hit Joker. Use your stage control. Use your advantageous position. And yeah. Talk about Spargo's Mithra. Yeah, so keeping advantage long term can be worth more than getting one more hit that doesn't lead to anything and kind of resets neutral, right? So we'll see this here. This is kind of a small example, but Spargo does it twice. And one time I wish he did it again. So let's watch this. He hits Donkey Kong, right? So at this point, he hits Donkey Kong again. He can go up and try to hit Donkey Kong more, right? A lot of people do this. A lot of the videos I've watched of lower to mid-level players, high-level players, they see this, they're like, wait, Donkey Kong, he's easy to juggle. They use their double jump. Let me pull up the pen. They use their double jump to go up there even higher. Right, so they'll double jump here to meet DK here kind of thing. But what happens if you meet DK here and you just double jumped and DK air dodges? Now he's gonna fall through you and you have no double jump and now it's like you're literally swapping positions, or you're doing a little Uno reversal. I don't know what I just drew there. But yeah. What does Spargo do? He just hits the ground, right? He instantly fast falls. Just holds down his position. It doesn't lead to much, but the idea here is that you want to play like this because it's more consistent, right? Again, he's not overcommitting. We'll watch this again. So perfect example here. The ledge is another example. When you watch my videos with Leo, I love how he kind of holds down this area very well. A lot of players are like, Donkey Kong, he's not very good. Pyra has a huge downer and they just run here and down air. What if you just like get clipped and die? He's at 67. You're at 0. It's not in your favor. What does Spargo do? He waits, holds stage control, free damage, right? If you overcommit when you're in advantage state, I'm telling you, you're not only gonna lose out on future damage, it's like an investment, right? You're letting them take no damage now because you're gonna be in a position where you get way more later. But the other thing is that you're just gonna throw stocks, right? If Pyra, I was gonna say Spyra, Spargo and Pyra, what the fuck? If Spargo went out and tried to edge guard and just missed, he wasted so much free damage, right? So that's number 1, overcommitting. Don't overcommit. Hold your advantage state well, but do not give your opponent to get out of it for free. Getting out of disadvantage for free, we're going to talk about that a bit later as well, actually. Inconsistent game plan. So you need to realize, this is number 2, by the way, I should have wrote that up there. Realize your strengths and learn how to play towards them more consistently, right? I think a big one is lack of patience. This usually plays into it a lot. People tend to start swinging because they just want to hit their opponent. This happens a lot at high percent. You really just want to kill them. So you start going for more up smashes. You start going for more like random dash attacks. What I mean by realize your strengths, and I'm going to show a VOD really quick, is that if you ever VOD review yourself, or even if you can just reflect on the game, chances are you do something well, especially if you play a top player. Play against another top player if you're not a top player. Watch the VOD and you'll be like, wait, I actually did pretty well here. In these interactions, I'm pretty good. And you'll notice that a lot of players, they don't stick to that. They're good at a few things, but then all of a sudden they go for like super random edge guards, or they start getting super aggressive even though their mid-range was good. So you need to be able to find your game plan and stick to it. And I don't mean stick to it by you only play that, right? You're not gonna only camp if you play like Toon Link. And Toon Link's gonna be our example here. But you don't want to go away from it if you don't have to. So here's an example of a VOD review that I watched of a viewer of mine, Blast SSB. Now, what was happening here is that Toon Link was playing the mid-range so well. They were doing like moving back, throwing boomerangs, and then Mario would just run into it. They were just moving a lot. It wasn't just camping, it was a lot of good movement that forced Mario to run at Toon Link in bad positions, and Toon Link got a lot out of it, and it was good. As you see here, Toon Link has a stock lead and 70%, but he ends up losing this game, right? I was saying this should be unwinnable. For Mario, this should be an unwinnable position if you just kept playing the way you're playing. But what happens here? Toon Link sees that the kill is possible. If I watched this 2 minutes ago, this never happened. Toon Link jumps up here when he has all stage control. 2 minutes ago, this wasn't happening. Toon Link was controlling the stage very well. So he gives up stage position, runs down. Now he's stuck on the plat. This is a move that's very hard to punish. Swings with the up smash, just wants to kill so badly. Gets up aired for it, and dies, right? So what I meant by inconsistent game plan here was that I'm not going to go through this whole VOD if you want to check it out. But I talked about it in this VOD a lot. The Toon Link had such good positions, such good like stage controls, such good zoning, and just threw it all away because he wanted to get a kill. You will get a kill eventually. A random fucking F-tilt will kill eventually, right? If you see a kill opportunity, then take it for sure. But don't greed. Stay patient. Find out what you're good at. Play towards it. All right, resetting to neutral equals a win. Now, we're gonna be talking about defense. I wish I could talk a whole video just about defensive play in general. Not defensive as in you don't want them to get in. Defensive as you're in disadvantage. But this is kind of the opposite of the first thing we talked about. But yeah, many players get stuck in the idea that the only way to win is to hit the other person. Although this is usually the case if you are in disadvantage. Finding your way to neutral is a huge win. So remember how I said going from advantage state back to neutral or disadvantage is a huge swing in tempo that you should never let your opponent get for free? Well, when you're on the defensive end of it, you're on the disadvantage, you should be looking for a way to do that, right? So people will swing in disadvantage. They want to hit. People, they have the idea that I need to hit the guy. So you're like trying to land and you're like down near him with Link or something. Like, I'm going to hit him on my way down. That's not your goal right now. Your goal is to go back to advantage or go back to neutral. Another problem here is always choosing similar options, right? So this is just more of a bad habit. People usually roll at the same time, right? If they're stuck in a corner, you touch their shield, they'll roll behind you kind of thing. That happens a lot. People air dodge at similar timings. You need to get more comfortable. There's uncomfortable using movement. So movement alone is a huge deal. I want to find a video actually. It's Gluttony. Where was it? I believe it was this video. Is he playing Gluto? Not. Alright, anyway. I'll find the video. Maybe I'll link it. Well, what essentially happened, we're gonna use the drawing board for this one. Is that Gluto was off stage, right? So pretend this is off stage, there's nothing under him. He was kind of swinging this way with Wario, and Mars was coming to back air him. But Mars had already used his double jump. What Gluttony did, he didn't air dodge, he didn't jump, he used his own character's momentum, and he just drifted back. And then Mars's back air like hit here, and Gluto was here. Like just barely drifted back. It was like such a small interaction, but it let Gluto get back to stage for free because he saved his jump and Mars didn't. So he got back onto stage first and got advantage off it. I wish I could show the clip, but the point is that you have to get comfortable using movement, right? Imagine, so yeah, this is what I was talking about in terms of stealing your turn. Imagine an RPG or a card game, right? Me and you are playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. I attack you with my Blue Eyes White Dragon, you lose your life points. Now it's your turn to attack me, right? Imagine if I could just steal it from you. And I don't mean steal as in I get to attack you, but I get to force you to skip your turn. You don't get to attack me at all. How broken would, it's just like, I'm attacking you for free and you can't fight back, right? That's the way you have to think of it. Don't think of it, you have to always fight back. Sometimes you're just trying to steal their turn. When you're in disadvantage, it's their turn to hurt you, right? Like you're not in a position to hurt them. So try to steal that from them. Just find your way back to neutral. Boom. You take less damage. You'll find yourself in disadvantage less often. And it's snowbally, right? When you're in disadvantage and you try to swing and you get hit again, now you're resetting your disadvantage again. It's very snowbally. So your goal is to hit neutral, not to hit them. Out of shield game, number 4, I think. People often try to punish everything out of shield. So I think this is the same clip as the Toon Link one that we just talked about, yeah. So here's a Mario downer that hit super low to the ground. He's like already on the ground. You're not punishing this, right? Unless maybe Game & Watch is up, even then, I don't know. This move is pretty safe. You need to realize this is kind of with getting, when you're in shield sometimes you have to think of it as disadvantage sometimes. So it depends on what hits you. Sometimes someone will hit you up here with like a super unsafe move, then yeah, it's your turn. But people need to treat shield as if it's a defensive option. A lot of people treat shield as if it's like a counter almost. Like if you hit my shield, I'm gonna hit you next. You know, that's not the case. This is a very bad habit I've noticed a lot of people have. So yeah, this downer, it's not punishable, but they try to punish it. This happens a few times in this set. So yeah, you don't need to punish everything out of shield. Tweak versus MKLeo. Let's see what MKLeo does. Sorry for like the orange glare here. Jumps out, right? Immediately jumps out. What does that do? It gives him pressure. What does Tweak do? He jumps out. It's a little bit of a scramble situation, but as you can see, both players know that they don't need to hit you. They don't need to hit you at all. Both people are in shield here. What happens? Tweak goes for the more aggressive option. Leo jumps out. Right? You don't always need to do a move out of your shield. Sometimes it's good to get out of the way, be evasive, use your movement. So yeah, similar to the last point, sometimes you need to go back to neutral. I've tried to learn Rosalina in Smash 4, and I came from learning, sorry, I was playing Sheik before that. And Sheik had a lot of times where she could just drop shield F-tilt, she could fair you out of shield, she could nair you out of shield. It was very good out of shield game. That was pretty good. La Rosa had like next to nothing. She had a okay up smash out of shield, but like people had to kind of really play bad for that to work. And it took me so long to realize that sometimes I just need to roll, right? And it's not even just that I need to roll. I need to just roll in specific like directions too. Like I'll talk about this in the next one actually. So yeah, inability to hard focus on matchup. Learn the nuances of matchups. Which options does your opponent character have a really hard time dealing with? Which position on stage gives you more options than your opponent, etc. Right? So these are the nuances. A lot of people, they think about matchups and they're like, just punish X with Y. That's it. If they forward my shield, I could back her out of shield. If Toon Link does this at this range, I could jump it. Although these are, oh yeah, things like I need to get in on Min Min. Yeah, this is like a general term or like a great idea, but matchups are so much more nuanced. You have to learn what positions on the stage are advantageous, what part of the opponent's shield like can they not punish from. This video here, how to beat campy characters, I highly recommend it because well, obviously it's mine, so I would like for you to watch it. But we go into one part where I highlight every direction that young Link can cover, right? So like his boomerang goes like this way, his up air, up smash goes this way, his up smash can cover around him. He can throw his boomerang up here, and there's like this little pocket that's like super hard for him to hit. And what do we notice throughout the whole game? Leo approaches him from this pocket, like very often. It could not have been like by accident. These like nuances of matchups are super big deal. I want to see if I have a video here. Yeah, so here's a video from Summit, right?
Very grounded. He's trying to find new angles around the platforms.
And that's what,
this is the Summit that just passed, right? So listen to what they're about to say here about Jigglypuff.
and that's what Toussaint does too, right? I noticed Toussaint is almost always above Fedora when they play.
Yeah, those high angles. There's an angle like right behind Marth's head where none of his moves reach, and that's where the kind of puffs are aiming for.
It's like the spot on your back that you can't scratch.
Yeah. So you see what they're saying, right? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Toussaint and Hungrybox, they know that there's a spot behind Marth that's like very hard for him to hit, right? His up tilt maybe ends before that. His up smash isn't good, right? And this very small nuance of I need to approach from this particular angle because the opponent has a hard time dealing with it is a much bigger deal. It's not a bigger deal, but it's something you need to start learning when you play matchups. You can't just be like, I need to keep Mario out because he's a rushdown and I'm a zoner, right? There's more to it. There's way more to it. You need to find the nuance in your matchups. Anyway, that's all 5. If you want your VODs analyzed for free, you can head over to twitch.tv/MikeyD_Luffy. I have not been streaming recently, but I will be back at it soon. There's a reward there, a channel point reward, where you could get a VOD review. And if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe. Let me know any other subjects you'd like to talk about in the comments below. I'll be making more videos soon. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, everyone. Stay beautiful, my friends. I'll see you next time.